So for number 16, you have to write the notation for an electron in the first energy level spinning clockwise, 1 representing the first energy level, and there's only the S sublevel in the first energy level, and the S sublevel only has 1 orbital, so 1 line, and clockwise meaning the arrow is pointing up. And what is wrong with the following notation? You should find 2 things wrong. Well, if you look, it says 2d, and there is no such thing as a d orbital in the second energy level. There is only S and P. And the d sublevel has 5 orbitals, so it needs 5 lines, not the 4 it has written. And for number 18, you have to write the notation for an electron in the 4th energy level in an F sublevel spinning clockwise. So what I did was I put the number 4, and then it's in the F sublevel, so I put an F, and the F sublevel has 7 orbitals, and so you need 7 lines. So I do 7 lines, and there's 1 electron, so that goes on the first orbital, and it's spinning clockwise, so the arrow is pointing up. So now we can move on to the skills practice, and we are almost done. And it says, what is wrong with the following notation? There is no such thing as an F sublevel in the 3rd energy level. There is only S, P, and D. And an F sublevel, if it existed in the 3rd energy level, which it doesn't, it's only in the 4th and upward, would have 5 orbitals, not 4, so it should have 5 lines instead of 4. For number 2, how many sublevels would you expect in the 8th energy level? Well, you'd expect 8, because the energy level equals the number of sublevels. Number 3, what is the maximum number of electrons that can fit in the 3D sublevel? That would be 10, because there are 5 orbitals in the D sublevel, and you multiply that by 2 because there are 2 electrons in each orbital, so 10 electrons. How many electrons can fit in a 2p orbital? There is only 2 electrons in any orbital, whether it's P or D. In the 5th energy level, there is a 5th sublevel called the G sublevel. Considering the trend in number of orbitals and electrons in the S, P, D, and F sublevels, predict how many orbitals and how many electrons can fit in the G sublevel. Well, there would be 9 orbitals, and because they go up by odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 9 for G. And then there'd be 18 electrons because there are 2 electrons in each orbital, so 9 times 2 is 18. For number 6, considering your answer to number 5, how many electrons can fit in the entire 5th energy level? So you have to do 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, and 5g. So that would be for a total of 50. And then for number 7, write the notation for an electron spinning clockwise in a P sublevel in the 4th energy level. So you would do a 4 for 4th energy level. It's in the P sublevel, so you put a P, and the P sublevel has 3 orbitals, so 3 lines, and clockwise would be the arrow pointing upward. So that is all for the unit, or the ChemQuest 11 in electrons address. I hope this helps, and yeah.